Seeds on your first agricultural television in the capital city of Abuja, Nigeria. I am Hilda himself, Antoine, and I have here a beautiful woman who is so intelligent and is ready to explore and of course share what she has with us. When we go on a short break, we'll come back and I'll introduce my guest to you. And of course, we're going to talk about the best agronomic practices on different roots and tubers. But of course, we're going to pick one of the roots as our topic of today. If we see it on your first agricultural television, the capital city of Abuja. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is still Improve Seeds, and I tell you that I have an Agronomic Extension Officer. She is Dr. Maza Mary Ann. We're going to discuss agronomic practices on the different roots and tubers. Of course, it's one of the NRCRI in the case, mandate crops. So we are going to talk about it. Welcome to the program, now.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
So fine.
How is Wodike?
Wodike is so fine.
All right, now tell us. Let's talk about cassava. Okay, the agronomic practices in cassava. I know cassava, yams, sweet potatoes are all your mandate crops among others. So, for a small-scale farmer, what are you going to tell us about that? So what is a small-scale farmer who is intending to go into one of these tuber crops? Cassava as, an area of interest.
Yeah, when you talk of small-scale farmers in the Nigerian context, small-scale farmers are those farmers that own small plots of land where they grow their crops. And in Nigeria, 80% of the farmers we have are small-scale farmers. And they produce about 98% of the food we consume in Nigeria.
Wow. All right, so if you see that, what are some of the challenges that they face in the farming system?
Yes, they face a lot of challenges. There is an equal distribution of resources amongst these farmers because most of them are poor. They can't even access credit facilities to work with. They lack improved varieties of crops. Before you can enhance your productivity, you must have the improved varieties and the technologies to back it up. Also, there is lack of infrastructures needed for this agricultural system. Infrastructure in terms of good road, electricity, their storage facility, they lack them most of the times. Even if they make bomber harvests, they lack the places, the equipment to store them. And also, there is limited technology for these crops, especially cassava in Nigeria.
All right, your institution, NRCRI, of course, is mandated to have crops to get improved varieties for our farmers. So if you as an institution is already telling us that getting improved varieties is a problem, what are we going to do about it? What has the institution or what have you to say about that? Now, let's not talk about the institution as a body, which is the last area that we shouldn't go into it. But what do you think? Where can we get improved varieties? Because our farmers need to get improved seeds. Seeds are the most important things that if we fail to get, of course, we don't have anything at any day.
Yeah, thank you very much for that beautiful question. I would say National Root Crop Research Institute as an institution has developed and disseminates a lot of improved varieties of cassava, yam and sweet potato to the farmers. But the area of coverage of Nigeria is so large. When you go to southeast, south, middle belt, which is their mandate area, they've disseminated a lot of these improved varieties to farmers, and farmers are using it in their field. But going far north, they need to extend it there. They need to extend their mandate because federal government did not give them that mandate to extend it to far north, and that's where the challenges of these improved varieties lie. Remember that most of the agricultural production takes place in the north, and most times they still use their local variety, and that really poses a challenge in agricultural production.
with Dr. Mary Ann, of course. And she has actually told us and highlighted that improved seeds are one of the best and most important things that farmers need to look out for. And for cassava, of course, her institutions are one among the so many institutions that have varieties of improved cassava. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll talk about the best soil, the best farming system, and then what part of Nigeria is good for this cultivation. Don't go anywhere. This is still in Proceeds on ARCN television. We'll be right back.
The Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria (ARCN) coordinates the activities of research institutes and is responsible for supervision, regulation, coordination of research activities and programs of higher institutions in Nigeria. And Professor Hamidu Shaributu, since assumption as Executive Secretary of ARCN in April 2020, has solidified the transformation of agriculture in Nigeria through strategic and meaningful execution of research fundings for improvement of the agricultural sector.
For grains, we have the parabolic solar dryers. These are specialized solar dryers used for drying agricultural produce such as whole grains, yam and cassava chips, fruits and vegetables more efficiently. It is made of a special material that concentrates the rays of the sun within the enclosure while eliminating harmful ultraviolet radiation. Products dried are free from contaminants and are hygienic.
The parabolic shaped solar dryer is a need-based technology because virtually when we travel all over the country, you will see by the roadside, you see people drying all sorts of agricultural produce. Some spread their own on bare ground, and by the time the vehicles are moving, the dust stay on the products. The reptiles will come, they will eat whatever they can eat, drop their feces and their urine on it, and the owner comes in the evening to pack everything together and still eat that product. And the product has been contaminated, and we feel this is not right, and it is part of our mandate to make sure that we set it right, and that was what led to this, so that we can solve this problem at the grassroots level. Instead of drying by the roadside, drying on just bare ground in their villages, when they have this as a drying center, everybody in the community can bring their product there, spread on the tray, and they get it dried under hygienic condition that is covered. And the dryer also have another property to screen the ultraviolet ray of the sun, which is also can cause hazard to human health.
Welcome to Federal College of Land Resources Technology, Kuru, Jos, Plateau State.
The atomic absorption spectrophotometer, AFS, is an instrument which is used for the determination of metals that are dissolved in source.
Plantation. Put it like one. Welcome to Production Farms, where we're going to take you around our production tanks and a practical fisheries and integrated farm. We integrate the farming system with a banana and plantain and so many aquatic animals.
Students and the other youths and women within the community. And this, in the aspect of training, we have two aspects of the fisheries and aquaculture. The fisheries aspect is the way to catch a fish, like a processing aspect, the catching aspect, and then when we come to the aquaculture aspect, is the breeding and then the production unit. In every aspect of agriculture sector, you need to have a seed. So the college here, our mandate is to train how to produce a fish seed, that is the fingerlings. And also not only the fingerling production also, we also aid in producing manpower from different aspects of the community, different communities. Fisheries School Baga is a very long standard. It's established in 1978, of which, for me, let me use of opportunity to say that I am also part and parcel of this college because I graduated from this college, and that college, the college is more or less of entrepreneurship of the college, where when a student leaves the college, at least can stand by itself. Now, as we are talking about the federal government is now talking about food security. So once if you come out from this college, you can able to at least maintain our training and then also stand by yourself, self-employment.
Okay, this is the one of our greenhouses, the 7th greenhouse that we have in the school. As you can see, we have cucumbers growing here. Okay, we have the crops, and the cucumbers, they are about 60 days old today, 55 to 60 days old. Okay, as you can see them, they are doing very well, So you can take a glance at some of the foliage that are growing. They are still fruiting very massively. The fruits are very, very big and very, very big. Okay, you can see we also employ drip system of irrigation also here. Drip system of irrigation, okay, where the waters are given to the plants at intervals and regulated. Generally, usually we get the plants twice daily, morning and evening. Okay, as I went, we vary that based on the temperature that we have from time to time. Okay. As you can see them, you can see the cucumbers are doing very well. They are growing very well. We actually done some harvesting this week. We've done 2 harvestings already. So generally we do 2 harvestings a week, like Monday and Thursday. The other factor I would like us to know is the fact that the crops we are doing here, they are actually F2, like they are the second filial generation. Okay, as you can see, the fruits growing really massively. So based on the research that we have done here, we have been able to see that most of the time we buy the F1 generation from Dizengo of Nigeria. You understand? They are this European variety, you get. And then we have seen, based on research, that the fruits can actually be harvested and harnessed in the production of further seeds. This is one of the milestone achievements we've been able to achieve in Fecolat. We have been able to see that instead of wasting a lot of money, using a lot of money to buy F1 from Europe, understand, to plant in the greenhouse, we can also make use of the F2, like the product of the F1, to produce further croppings.
Since then, Professor Shaributu has operated as visionary captain by restoring the council's glory with the first ever agricultural television and radio station in Nigeria, with well-equipped studios parading state-of-the-art equipment.
The Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria also has a brand new electronic library to further promote research and visualizations of deep thoughts on agricultural development in Nigeria.
The museum, located in the Senator Abdullahi Adamu Center, is an agricultural museum saddled with the responsibility of keeping records of agricultural findings, discoveries, researches for continuity and history purposes.
The Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria is wearing a new look under the stewardship of Professor Garba Hamidu Sharubutu, who says, alone I am nothing, but together I am something. ARCN,
promoting agriculture.
I'm glad you're still here with us. Before we went on a short break, of course, we are talking about cassava as one of the improved varieties of NRCRI mandates. And Dr. Mary Ann is really highlighting on this. So, Ma, for cassava, what are some of the varieties of cassava that every farmer can access to it and is going to give him or her the best output?
Yeah, we have we've developed a lot of varieties of cassava. We have some that are white root. We also have some that are yellow root. The ones that are yellow root cassava are fortified with pro-vitamin A. When you go to market, you see some gari that is yellow, some are white.
Yes.
Some, those yellow ones, they add oil, red oil in it. That's what makes it red. But the pro-vitamin A cassava, when you fry it is as good as that one added. I'm giving you an instance in terms of color. So you don't need to put color. And if you want gari, you drink. Some parts of the country will like drinking gari. That is that one. Then we have each of these yellow roots, they have varieties. Then you come to the white root, where we have NR 8082, TMS 3570, and a lot of varieties in the white root. And when you talk of varieties too, depend on what you want to use that root to do. Some would like to use the cassava at the end of the day for gari. We have varieties good for gari. We have varieties good for fufu. We have varieties good for flour, you use for your bread, for your cake, and other products. That's how we have. It's a food package. We have a variety for addiction, value addiction. It's a food technology. Then when you talk of improved varieties, we have it as a technology where we listed all the varieties, what you can use each variety to produce. Like there are some people that are on the slim side, they don't want to gain much weight. We have variety that you will take as gari, you won't get weight.
Wow.
Just consume it. And you are on the slim side, you want to fatten out. We have varieties that when you take them, you grow up.
Wow.
You have problem with your eye, you have children that like drinking gari. We have varieties that are good like that. It's well documented. It's a package, a technology.
Wow. And so the seeds are made available for farmers?
Yeah, they are made available. They are distributed free.
Free?
Yes, that is distributed.
So how do they get in contact? Can they get it?
Yeah, most times they organize training. They have demonstration farms. We have adopted villages. We have adopted schools. Adopted villages is that we select some villages where we try out this technology. You practice your own. You plant your normal cassava and your variety. We set our own beside it on your own farm. Different area, but they will be close to the road where people can pass and see it accessible. In such a way, when we harvest, you take it. Both the stem and the roots. Wow. So we do it in schools, secondary schools. We do it as a training in different locations. From there, we disseminate our varieties.
That's interesting. And so now, are we trying to say that there are different soils? So can we cultivate it in all parts of Nigeria? Since we're now back home, can we cultivate it in all parts of Nigeria, or there are some specific places that such cassavas don't grow? Or is it all the varieties that grow in all parts of Nigeria, or some zones?
Like we are into root and tuber crops. Unlike yam that grows very well when you come to middle belt than in the eastern part. Cassava as a crop strives very well in all the different zones in Nigeria. It's a drought tolerant crop. It grows well in the north. If you come to the south where there is a north rainfall, it does wonderfully well. The most important thing in cassava is your management.
Wow.
Yes, we have another package we call cassava weed management. Once you can manage the weed very well in cassava, the yield comes out very wonderful.
So all part of Nigeria we can go into
Yes,
that.
you can go into cassava.
All right. So what are some of the pests and diseases that affect? I know there are improved varieties, of course,
Yes.
but sometimes pests and diseases, get
It
in
causes a
concern.
problem.
Yes. So what are some of the solutions that we can do to, eradicate that?
Yeah, the major area, critical disease of cassava is a cassava virus. Is the one that's ravaging, but economically in Nigeria, it doesn't affect the yield. Especially that's why we recommend early planting. Once you plant cassava very early, manage it with the best agronomic practices, even if it is affected, those improved varieties, it doesn't affect the yield. That's the difference between these improved varieties and the local varieties which we cultivate.
Wow, that's so interesting. So, what is the direction that cassava takes to grow? So that everybody now is trying to get everything sharp, 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 sharp. So, how long does cassava take? And of course, when you tell me that, then you tell me, is it true tuber? Of course, it's true tuber. And I know yam they use seeds now. Have we started using seeds too for cassava, or we still use tuber? We still use tuber, or we
In cassava, at a research level, we have some trials. We use the seed. We crossbreed to get the other. At that point, we use the seed. We grow the seed. We also have the tissue culture aspect, where you multiply them in tissue culture. Plants with the seed yams. When you plant the vines, you get microtubers. When you plant the seed yams, you get way yam. Then we have the one you plant as mini sets. You get one seed yam, you cut them. It's a technique on its own. When you plant your sets, you call them sets. The seed yam now, you get set from them. When you plant your sets, you get seed yams. So that is depending on what the farmer have in mind to produce. So if you are going into way yam production, just plant seed yams, you get way yams. When you want to have your microtubers, just cut the vines of yam and plant them out. You get microtubers. It's a fast way of multiplying yam. When you
Unlike cassava that don't go to tubers.
Yes.
So cassava does not actually have seeds for now.
At a research level, we use the seed. We plant with tissue culture material. We plant with the seed. We crossbreed to get our improved varieties. It's in lab we fortify those things to get improved varieties. So you get the seed, you multiply out the seed in the field. When they grow, that is where you cut your stems and then plant it out. But as a farmer, the planting material for cassava is the cutting. Is the cutting. When you hear of seed, cassava seeds, conventionally, we are talking of cuttings. You plant out the cuttings to get your roots, the cassava root, which we use in doing garri, use in doing fufu. As I said before, you plant out different varieties depending on what you have in mind to do with the cassava root when you harvest it. Because we have the yellow root, which is fortified with vitamin A. If you want to drink garri, you have children, you go for vitamin A cassava. Yes, I say if somebody is on the slim side, you don't want to grow fat. We have varieties that have low starch content. You eat your satisfaction, but the starch in your body will absorb it very well. You are on the slim side, you want to add weight. We have good varieties when you plant it, they have high starch content. So the variety you choose depends on what you want to go into. Yes.
Like that is interesting, and with this you can cultivate it in all parts of Nigeria.
Yes, we can cultivate. It grows very well in all parts of Nigeria. Unlike yam, yam does very well in middle belts. It does well in the east, but not like in the middle belt. Yes.
Wow. So then, what is the tradition for cassava.
Yeah, for improved varieties, it's 6 months, maximum of 6 months.
From planting?
Yes, from planting.
Not
Not like our local
1
varieties,
year.
12 months.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes. Our local variety can stay 12 months. 1 year you plant this year, it's next year you harvest. Or improved varieties are 6 months.
So
you
as
harvest.
a doctor, as a researcher, what advice do you have for our farmers out there who are actually thinking of going into cassava cultivation?
Yeah, they should take cassava as a business, especially cassava seed production. That's where the money is, and that's where the market is. It's very lucrative. Once you plant it out, and there is already market for cassava. When you look in the market now, there is high demand of garri, high demand of fufu, high demand of flour. We make bread through cassava.
Yes.
We make chin-chin. There's a lot of value addition with cassava. And there is no part of cassava that is a waste. Once you plant out any variety, do the normal agronomic practices, definitely you will smile at the end of the day as a farmer.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
It's a pleasure.
It has been an interesting time with Dr. Maza Marianne. She is an agri extension, and you can see that she has intensively explored the world of cassava. Thank you so much, Doctor.
It's a
So
pleasure.
when we come to BDK, we will have you.
Yes.
Funny
I'll
enough,
be
she's in
happy.
Abuja for a workshop, and she agreed to grant us interview. It's really an honor, ma.
Thank you very
All
much.
right,
It's a
if
pleasure.
you enjoyed this part of the program, keep it. Let's have our episode of the program in Proceed. From all of us, thank you. Let's all put our heads on deck to kick hunger off. The need to have food security is everybody's game. It's no longer just for the farmers, but for the government, but everybody. I am Hilda herself, Phantom, telling you that go into cassava and save some cocoa for the future. From all of us here, take good care of yourself. I'll bye for now.